So, what's up, y'all? Time, the magazine had a list of the top 100 podcasts. We'll put a link in the show notes. It was top 100 most influential podcasts. I forget how they actually phrased it.
Oh, it's most influential? Oh, I
I
thought it was
believe
best. Okay.
it is the top. The article is
The
titled "The
title is
100 Best
best.
Podcasts of All Time." But
Yeah.
I remember the tweet was captioned "The Most Influential Podcasts of All Time." That's an
Yeah,
important
influential,
distinction.
innovative, and informative listens in the history of the medium. Yep.
Yeah. So general thoughts on it.
Um, Most of these I had not heard of. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I was like blown away at the names that were on here. And I'm a big podcast fan. So I mean, I have one obviously, so I'm a big podcast fan. But I really listen to a lot of podcasts. So I thought it was interesting some of the names on here that I didn't see. Like 30 for 30, I'm cool. Obviously I love the documentary series. Armchair Expert, I actually just found that one a couple weeks ago with Dak Shepard. It's really good.
Yeah.
Bill Simmons podcast is good. The Big Picture, it's a good movie podcast. Call Her Daddy, we all kind of know about that fad or whatever.
It's
Um,
certainly not a fad. It's one of the most downloaded podcasts in
well,
the
not
world.
fad, but just it just kind of came out of nowhere in that sense. I mean, like she's huge, but yeah, she actually been going viral because she did a round of interviews with the cast of Love Island. I don't know if you've seen any of that footage or whatever.
No, I haven't watched a
Um,
single frame of that
so
show.
she's been like all over the algorithm, especially on TikTok, at least my algorithm, because I watched the show. Um, yeah, a lot of these I just hadn't heard of, so I was just really surprised by that.
Did you add, let me ask you
Um,
this. Did you add any to your download list? Or your did you subscribe to
not
any of them?
not yet, but I'm definitely going to,
Which
because
ones?
these a lot of them do look interesting. Well, so there's Amy Poehler has a podcast from SNL.
Okay.
I heard hers was really good. Um, I like show rewatch podcasts. That's kind of one of the first things that got me into podcasting. So I might look for see if there's any good shows on here that show rewatches that I may want to tap into. Um, let's see. Is there anything that jumps out of my head right now?
I'll tell you,
Looking at the
I
list.
subscribe to quite a
The
few of these.
the rewatchables is really good.
Yeah. That's the Bill Simmons,
Yeah, the
the Ringer
movie.
one, right?
Yeah.
Um, I subscribe to a few of these. Try not to, read on air, but
All right.
there was a couple that I thought were interesting. One, I just find it in my phone. Apologize for the bad production here, but
No,
let's
you're good.
go. New episodes. Let's go recently. There was beautiful stories from anonymous people. There's this
Okay.
podcaster. He basically just calls up random people. I'm sure it's not as random as he makes it seem on the show, but
Right.
it just kind of talks about what's going on in their lives. So I thought that was pretty cool. I listened to um 30 minutes of an episode today. It was pretty good. So it's just regular people talking for an hour.
Okay.
I also subscribe to Acquired, which is basically like a business podcast where
Got you.
there's the first one I'm listening to is 3 hours long, but I'm an hour in. It's basically like the founding of Google and how they came to be and so on and so forth.
Okay.
So, but a few on there I already subscribed to. There's Recline Show, Death, Sex, and Money, the New York Times Daily,
Yeah.
couple of things like that. I will say, um, as a journalist, when you're compiling like lists like this, you have to like understand that you have to maintain your credibility. And there's not like a single, even remotely like center right podcast in all 100 of these. And
Yeah.
there's just no way you can credibly list the top 100 podcasts or the top most influential podcasts and not have Joe Rogan on there, who's the most famous podcast in the world.
Yeah, that's okay. That was one that I was like, wait, what am I missing here?
You don't have Joe Budden on here. You don't have basically they should have labeled the list our top 100 podcasts,
Right.
or just something like that, because this is just like, you know, I believe someone looked at the authors of the list and there's like not a single man that wrote on
Hmm.
this list, and it's a very woman centric podcast list, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But they could have podcasts for themselves too, but you cannot purport to list the top 100 podcasts or top most influential podcasts and not have like three or four of the most popular podcasts in the world on it. Like even if you don't listen to, and I
Correct.
don't listen to Joe Rogan's podcast, but to say he's not influential in the medium is to
Yeah, that's
undermine your own
crazy.
credibility. Like,
Right.
like it's
And
just
he
like
lost my fandom a long time ago with all his shit bullshit. But yeah, he should be on here for
I
sure.
mean, he's literally the most successful podcaster in the world.
Ever.
Uh,
Yeah.
so by definition, he's influ. If you cannot even put him on the list, then you just it's almost childish. Like it's like I cannot acknowledge that he's successful, even if I disagree with the podcast that he makes.
Yeah.
It's just I don't like to me that
I
again I don't even listen to those podcasts, but you cannot credibly
Same.
list
Yeah.
them and not have you cannot credibly list 100 podcasts and not have them on there.
Yeah, there's couple in here that I was like, wait, they're not on here? Like, I mean, and I hate, I'm not a fan of this guy at all anymore. But like the Brilliant Idiots with Charlemagne and the other guy, I'm not gonna say his name. I thought they should have been on here. Who else? Okay, I think these are Samir are on here, right? I didn't scroll. I didn't.
They're on there.
Okay, yeah, they're on there.
But they're safe millennial white woman comedy.
Yeah, they
So
should
like
be on there.
yeah,
I thought Drink Champ should have been on here too.
yeah, for sure.
With Nori, like I think that's crazy.
There's no
Um,
male centric podcast on this list.
Like pretty much no. Like they aside from Travis and Jason Kelsey, and that's
Yeah,
probably just because
fair. But
Taylor
even
Swift.
there's a
Like,
Taylor angle there. That
yeah,
podcast would
exactly.
not be what it is if he wasn't dating Taylor Swift.
Correct.
And it's just like it's just even if you take out the right of centeredness to it, but by and large, men are generally more conservative than women. So if you're going to
Hmm.
have male focused podcasts, are going to tend to be to the right of female focused podcasts. But even
Right.
taking that out of it, to just have no podcast that men actually listen to on here, there's a few, but like
Yeah, like no
you don't
Dan
have they have Rory and Mal
Levitard.
on here though. I think they do have Rory and Mal on here.
They do? Okay,
I
because I was trying to
believe
look
so.
for.
I could be wrong.
Let's see. Let me check real quick.
Uh,
Uh,
I'm not gonna scroll it on live, but
yeah, I don't think
we'll
I
put a
saw them
link
on
in
there
the show
either.
notes. But
Yeah, Joe Budden wasn't on here.
there's no hip hop podcast other than Desus and Mero.
Nope.
There's no. I mean, there's a who's the Steve Ranella, the outdoorsman. He has a insanely popular hunting
I don't know who that
podcast.
is.
He's not on
Okay.
here. Um, Joe Rogan's not on here. Just like any
Yeah.
podcast, or just like any football podcast. The
Yep.
Athletics NFL show isn't on here. You mean to tell me there's not a single football podcast in the top 100? I find that
Yeah,
impossible to
that's
believe.
crazy.
It's the most popular sport in the country by a mile.
Right. That's a little weird. Even there's a spot a really dope like nerd kind of Marvel movie podcast. I think it's called the Escape Pod podcast. They're
Yep.
not on here. I was surprised to see your boy Ezra Clown on here. I was very surprised. Not
I
surprised, but
mean,
it was like cool to see someone that you heard of on the list.
yeah, I
Uh,
mean, he's
um,
probably the most famous political journalist in the country right now. So,
okay.
yeah, his column is huge. He's been around for like a decade. He used to have the Ezra Klein show on
Got you. Okay.
Vox. He's written for the Post.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah, I didn't see Yeah, I didn't see Diary of a CEO on there. I thought that was a little shocking. Did you ever watch The Office Ladies? Have you heard of that podcast?
No, did they have
So
Crime
it's
Junkies on here? Because Crime Junkies is massive.
I don't think I saw that on the list. Also, that's the thing, they didn't number it. It's just they just listed them all. So
Which
it's,
is
it's
fine.
hard to tell
I
like
mean,
who's
doesn't matter. Like,
yeah.
like, the number is just
Um
to troll. But
but yeah, no Joe Budden and no Joe Rogan is insane.
so let me
Conan
ask you
O'Brien, his
this.
podcast is pretty good. I do like his podcast from what I've seen on YouTube.
What podcast do you listen to the most that isn't on here? Joe Budden aside. I'm sure the answer is actual Joe Budden, but that one
Right.
aside.
Yeah, Budden aside, let me scroll through my queue. I got so Ryan Coogler's company In Proximity, they have a
Okay.
podcast. It's pretty dope. It's called what's called In Proximity. It's a pretty dope podcast. I listen to that one a lot. Um, let's see who else. The Office ladies. So they're two of the actresses that were on The Office.
Yeah.
They have a show where they interview like cast members and they do like rewatch episodes and talk about the behind the scenes and deleted scenes. It's really cool. That one, and I mean, honestly, some of my friends who have other podcasts, I listen to their shit too. So, I mean, but they're starting out like us, so they're
Yeah.
not gonna be on this list. But, yeah, the ones that are big that I listen to the most, I'd say, The Office Ladies and Oh yeah, Gilbert Arenas. I'd throw his podcast in there too. Um, but they definitely would not listen to his podcast.
No.
So not the
Other
shit
than
they say on there.
ours,
Yeah.
I would say probably mine is probably Bomani Jones's podcast. So,
Yeah, I watch his
uh,
stuff too.
his podcast, maybe Zach Lowe's podcast for The Ringer would probably be
Okay.
things I listened to the most that didn't make the list. Um, so yeah, I don't have to do this on there because I thought it'd be something good to talk about because we are podcasters, and I found the list interesting. There's definitely a lot of good stuff on there,
Yeah,
but
that's
I
definitely important for sure.
think they undermine their own credibility by being so blatantly partisan. Like,
That's fair.
like the thing
Yeah,
is
that's fair.
like if you only listen to podcasts that affirm you, like that narrows your worldview in a way. Like
Yeah.
the job of the columnist or the podcaster or the opinionist or whatever isn't to make you feel good, it's to make you think. And if you're
Yeah,
only ever listening to people you already agree with, then you're not thinking very much. So,
that's true.
um,
Um, so for me with my like podcast library, I tailor it more to like things I want to learn or things I'm passionate about. So like I have like poetry podcasts on here. I have like other movie podcasts that I kind of study and listen to. Um, and then I like for opposing views, I guess I've searched more that kind of content on YouTube just to
yeah.
kind of because I don't need that like 3 hours of that a day. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I
I
definitely
don't
be with you
listen
on
to
that
any
for sure.
podcast that's 3 hours long.
Yeah,
Mine isn't. My cutoff is an hour, man. Anything longer
hmm
than that, it's just hard for me to listen to two people talk for 3 hours long. It just,
yeah,
um, at that point, I mean, I get that's the wave now. All these podcasts are just getting
it
longer and
is.
longer
Yeah,
and longer. I don't know, and then they be like live streaming too, so it's not even just like they're
no
producing for three
breaks
straight
and
hours, no breaks. That's tough.
yeah.
That that is tough, man.
Yeah, even like the long streams that all the streamers do where they do 24 hours and they get a house, rent a house together and all that shit. Yeah, I don't know how they do that.
Yeah.
But
No.
props to them though.
So you threw on the rundown the top 25 superhero movies ever. So
Yeah. Hmm.
let me just say I scrolled immediately for The Dark Knight, which is my favorite. It was number
Yeah.
three, which is respectable, but
Yep.
I think number one was some old ass Superman movie.
Yeah, it was the original Superman, yeah.
Yeah, which is
The
just, you
Christopher
know,
Reeve Superman. It's a really good movie. It's just I wouldn't call it the greatest superhero movie of all time.
it's like when people say Bill Russell's the best basketball player. It's like, okay, sure. I'm not gonna argue with you,
Yeah, it's
but
like I get for the legacy, like I get it,
yeah.
but we're not gonna like. I was actually funny you said I was thinking about that today. I was like, yeah, Bill Russell is like one of the greatest big men ever, but like, could he guard Dwight Howard? Hell no. Like,
I mean, I
you know
don't
what I'm
know.
saying? Like,
Like they say that about Wilt when like Wilt was 7'1", 310, I think, and
yeah,
they're always like he was dunking on, he was the tallest player on the court, dunking on little dudes, and like 7'1", 310 is the tallest player on the court today. Like what?
in any
What are you
on
talking
any
about?
court ever.
I don't think that's never been not the tallest player on the court. Like
Yeah, that's
I
he's
don't
never gonna be
understand.
like this on the court
No,
ever.
like what basketball are you watching where 7'1" isn't the biggest dude on the court again?
Correct.
But
Right.
yeah, I mean, I didn't watch those games, so I can't really call it. I
True.
respect the people who did watch it, but it's like what someone said that was
Yeah.
resonated with me, and they were like, you can't really because the players back then didn't have access to the information and the knowledge that we have
Right.
now, and so someone made a point, and they were like, you know, I could hand my 6-year-old niece an iPad, and she would know
Hmm.
how to use it. But if I
Right.
traveled back in time and handed Isaac Newton an iPad, he would think I was an alien. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean my niece is smarter than Isaac Newton. Like that's just
Yeah. Yeah.
like that.
Right.
There's a different when the area that you grow up in defines what you do,
What you're surrounded
and
by.
so Larry Bird coming up today would be have more lateral quickness, would shoot more threes. Like again,
Hmm.
my niece is not smarter than Isaac Newton just because she knows what an iPad is, and Isaac Newton would think it was some sorcery. Like
Right.
it's
Right. Correct.
so it's a perfect conversation for people to have because there's no right or wrong answer.
Because there's no wrong answer, yeah,
Right.
and there's no conclusion.
And so
Um,
I don't know how we got there from superhero movies, but
right. I
what
was
was your
happy with
first
number two.
takeaway?
Okay, so first takeaway. There was like five movies on this list that I had never seen before, and there was like three that I just had not heard of, which I thought was
Okay.
weird because I just feel like it can't be one of the great. Not say it can't be. I just have a hard time saying it being on a list if I haven't seen it. And like I'm a big superhero movie fan. Like let me see what was the one some of the ones I hadn't seen. Let's see here real quick. One Unbreakable. I don't wouldn't call it a superhero movie.
That's with Bruce Willis and
Yeah,
Samuel L. Jackson. It's
Sam
not a superhero
Jackson.
movie.
Yeah, like that's a reach.
To me, a superhero movie is has to basically we're talking about comic book movies. I
Correct.
don't
Comic books, graphic novels.
I wouldn't consider that Will Smith movie that he did a superhero movie.
Hancock.
Yeah, I don't like a
Fair.
superhero
That's
movie
fair.
has to be based off of comic book to me.
Yeah. Like The Crow. Have you seen that?
No, I have not seen that.
Uh, Hellboy's on here. I mean, I'm cool with that, I guess. Uh, this movie called Shin Kamen Rider. I don't even know what that is. But if you ask me, my biggest gripe with this movie, they have. Hold on, let's see here. They have Winter Soldier at 15. That's a war crime. No pun intended.
Um,
Um,
yeah, that's
that is
probably my
ridiculous.
favorite non-Infinity War
Marvel.
Marvel movie.
Yeah, same.
I would put that one. I would put Infinity War 1 and Civil War 2. And then
Yeah.
the rest are just kind of all the same. But
Yeah. They got Thunderbolts 25. That's too high.
literally, you could have told me the ticket is free. All you have to do is show up to the theater, and I wouldn't have gone to see that movie.
Yeah, like Thunderbolts was cool, but that wasn't it for me. Thor Ragnarok is 17. That's way too high for that movie. That movie, I think, first of all, I think Thor trilogy as a whole is mid at best. That's being polite. And I think the only reason that Thor Ragnarok is considered such a great movie is because the first two were so mid by
Yeah,
comparison. So like they finally made like a good or decent movie. Everyone was like, "Oh, thank God, yes!" Like it's like that Eddie Murphy joke where it's like you've been starving your whole life. If you've been starving for a week, someone gives you a crack, you're like, "God damn, that's the best crack I've had in my life!" And you're like, give me more crackers." But like, if you're full, you that's what you want on earth is a cracker. You know what I mean?
yeah, makes sense.
I'm really glad they put Watchmen on here. I think it's a super slept on movie. Came out in '09. It was made by Zack Snyder. It's a DC movie. Super dope, really like cool dark tone. So I love that movie. I think Endgame is too low. Endgame is at 19. That's kind of insane.
I didn't
Like
really like Endgame, but
Infinity War is better than Endgame, but 19 is nuts.
I thought Endgame was a bit too silly given the stakes of the movie.
Mhm.
We're literally in the rapture, and we take 15 minutes to do fat Thor jokes. It just
That is true.
by that point. And it was actually before. Honestly, Infinity War was a departure with actually taking itself seriously. But that by that point,
Correct.
the writers in MCU movies stopped taking their audience, like they just started thinking their audience could handle seriousness, and they just
Yes.
started making them comedy routines. Like if you go watch stage one or phase one or whatever you call it of
Yeah.
MCU,
Marvel.
there's jokes. It was definitely a different tone than the
Right.
DC stuff, but they kept
Correct.
the main thing. And by the
Yes.
time we got to that era of Marvel, it was just a stand-up routine that
Right.
and which works in some scenes, but like you get to the end game, and I just watched Infinity War, and half the fucking population just died.
Died.
And I get to end game, and I just can we please be serious, guys? Like I
Yeah,
don't
I feel you.
like focus. Let's just like we can. The next movie can be another jokey movie, but I just
Yeah.
thought it fucked up the tone. It didn't.
Nah, I'm not mad at
It
that
threw it
take.
off for me. So
Yeah, I agree with that. And then what else? Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 at 18. I think that's way too low. I think that movie was absolutely incredible. I think it was the best. I'd say it's the best movie of the trilogy, for sure.
I only saw the
But
first Guardians, so
it was significantly better than the first one. And I really like the first one too.
I like the first one.
Um, and the third one was incredible too. But it's like mad emotional. Like it's one of the movies like if your life is not going well, do not watch that movie. Uh,
Okay,
I was having an existential crisis, and there's one scene I was like, they're talking to me.
fair enough.
Let's see what else. Logan at 13. I'm not mad at that.
I like Logan.
Um,
That's the one where he dies basically, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I like
Spoiler
that one.
alert.
It aged really well too, because when I
Mm.
first saw it, I wasn't crazy about it, but I've gone back and watched it since then. I like it more each time. As I've gotten older. The Batman at 12, I'm fucking with it.
Is that the
Spider-Man Into the
Robert Pattinson
Spider-Verse.
one?
Yeah. Hmm.
They could put that shit at zero. Like that shit was
I
garbage.
love that movie, dude. I love that movie,
Oh,
dude.
God, God bless you. I didn't finish it. I An hour before the plot didn't start after an hour, and I was like, I'd rather be doing something else with my time. And I was like, it's 3 hours long, and nothing happens
Is
for
that
the
the one you
first
walked out of?
45 minutes. Nah, I walked out of Superman. Um,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
my thing is, man, I'm not opposed to
I thought
walking
it
out
was
of a
both.
movie. I'm
Yeah,
big on sunk cost theory.
I
Like
feel you.
the movie ticket is purchased already. You're not gonna get
Hmm.
that back. So the idea that I would sit here for another hour, annoyed and
Right.
bored, to
Yeah,
do all I'm losing is the hour. The money is spent. It's a sunk
I feel you.
cost. So do I want my hour back or do I want to
Yeah.
stand on principle? I'd rather have my hour back if I know the movie
Okay.
sucks. Like the money is
Yeah,
spent. It's not like you get a partial refund if you leave early.
I feel you.
So, or it's not like there's just no, I don't, you can't get your money back. The
All you have
cost is
left is your
fixed.
time.
All you have left is your time. Do you want your time back or do you want to continue
Yeah,
to throw your time
I get
away
you.
on something that you're not enjoying?
Yeah,
So.
I thought I've never walked out of like one or two movies. Um, it was this who's what's the wrestler who's an actor? Not The Rock and not John Cena, the other one.
Is it
Um,
that dude? What's his name?
Batista, yeah, Dave Batista,
Oh
who I
God.
think is a good actor. But there was this movie he was in. It's like action, like it's like spy thriller, and I left after like 20 minutes, and I was like, I can't do this.
Um,
Um,
what movie? I walked out of Superman. Damn, it's been actually I talk a lot of shit. It's been a minute because a movie has to be really bad.
yeah,
Like just because there is something to it, but most movies aren't that bad. Like,
correct.
or most movies are salvageable. Like most of the movies we review aren't excellent cinema, but it's just
Excellent,
like
right.
would I have walked out on it? No, but like it has to be like when I saw the
Yeah.
Mutant X-Men and Superman after that 9 minute monologue scene where nobody could act, and then the next scene is the Mutant X-Men. I was like, all right, I've had enough of this. I'd rather get my hour back. So
That's funny. What movie I wish I had walked out of? Ocean's 8. The one with like Sandra Bullock and Anne Hathaway and
Rihanna and
Rihanna.
yeah, I remember.
Yeah, yeah, that movie sucked. Which sucks because I love all those actresses,
Yeah,
but that movie, it was terrible. It was not a fun movie to watch. Let's see. So they got Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse at 11. I was really happy to see that because I love that movie, and the sequel's really good too. The third one's supposed to be coming out in the next couple of years. We'll see because they've been working those poor animators like slaves. So, um, they got Batman at 10, the one with Michael Keaton. I mean, on Legacy, I get it.
I you know I don't know, man. I just I had honestly I've probably seen of these 20. Is it 25? I've probably seen 15
Yeah.
of them.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty
I didn't
good.
even
That's a
see
good
all
amount.
of the Marvel movies heading up to Endgame and Infinity War. Like I
Yeah.
never saw that Doctor movie.
Doctor Strange.
Never saw that.
Yeah.
There was a Thor 3 I did not see. I think that's Ragnarok.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't see
Ragnarok was
Guardians
cool.
2.
Thor 2, you can skip that.
Yeah. I think I saw Thor 2. That's the one that had the cameo from Captain America, right? When he's walking through the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. I did see Thor 3.
Yeah. That's him.
Iron Man 3 I saw. It was unfortunate. That was god awful.
Yes.
With
Yes.
the fake
Uh,
Chinese bad guy that wasn't real.
Yeah, the Iron Man 3 low key killed like ruined the trilogy. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, um, oh,
So what
they
movies
got
not on the list would you add to the list?
yeah. I was gonna say yeah. So, I think Batman Begins should be on this list. I think that is excellent storytelling and world building. Um, I think that's one of the most slept on movies in all of Christopher Nolan's discography or filmography. Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire is not on here. I think that's nuts. They have Spider-Man 2 at number 2, which is where it should be or around where it should be. Um, let's see. That's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man and the first Batman. I think those are the ones I can actually, you know what? No. Have you seen Kick-Ass?
Who? No.
Kick-Ass? So
No.
it's a comic book movie based on a graphic novel or a superhero movie based on a graphic novel. It's really, really good. It's got like the trailer, it looks like a spoof. So when you watch the movie, the opening scene, you're like, Oh wait, this is real. Like this is not a joke at all. Um, it's like super rated R, like a hard R, very gruesome, but very funny, dark comedy. I think you might like it. You should check that out.
All
We might
right,
have to review that for the pod. Came out. I think I was a senior in high school, so it would have been 2010. God, that's a long time ago. Um,
15 years ago.
yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, those are the three movies that I like. I was thinking about today, and I was like, yeah, those should be on this list for sure.
All right. Anything else about that list?
Um, Not really. I just wish they'd put in more movies that everyone had seen because like one of these movies I'm pretty sure is not an English speaking film. I think that's a little odd. If you're gonna be honest.
Motherfuckers like there's a you know there's always these lists are also the time for people to flex their like nerd
Nerd
credentials and their
muscles.
bona
Yeah.
fides. And I'm a film critic, so I can't just put the movies people like on here. I have to put some
Right.
Irish subtitled bullshit movie that no one's
Yeah.
seen on here. So you know how that goes.
Right. Yeah, let me put In Bruges on here or whatever. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Fucking Civil War, Captain America Civil War's not on here. That's nuts.
That's not it. You can't. That doesn't even make sense. You cannot name 25 comic superhero, however you want to categorize it, movies without Civil War on there.
Correct. Yeah, that's crazy to me.
All
Yeah, that's
right.
crazy.
So
Yeah,
fair
sorry. I was
enough.
thinking about because I was gonna say they don't have any of the Iron Man movies on here, but I forgot they did have one of them on here. So yeah. Other than that, yeah.
All right, we got some time to fill. I got some random topics I don't know, fill time. You want to go you game?
I'm game.
All right. So uh true story. So do you have like any like things in your family that you just will never live down?
Oh yeah, 100%. I have like eight things in my family that I'll never live down.
So this one I actually agree I was wrong for. So
Yeah. Okay, let's
in
hear it.
fifth grade, remember Dare to not use drugs? I forget the
Yeah.
acronym it was for.
Yeah.
And so we had to write a speech about like how we weren't, we how we dared to not use drugs. And my speech
Hmm.
won. It just did. I don't remember what it was
Yeah.
about. But I'm a fifth grader and I just didn't think it was that big a deal. And so like there
Yep.
was like a ceremony after the school, but like and then keep in mind for the audience, I'm a latchkey kid. So like this new thing, helicopter parenting, where you don't let your kids go to the park without that wasn't how I
Hmm.
grew. Like I had a key to the crib and I kind of just, moved around. So I told my parents, hey, drop me off to the school. There's this thing. It's, parents don't have to be there, whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think it was that big a deal.
A big of a deal.
So I actually had to give the speech. I didn't tell them that part. So
So you look like your parents look like deadbeats. Okay, got it.
so I gave the speech and no one was there for me. So I give the speech about how I'm daring not to do drugs because I told them it was not a big deal. And this is the
And they
best
thought your
part.
parents were doing drugs.
This is the best part. The school administrators called home the next day
Yep.
to explain to my mom why these things are important and why they need to show up. And to this day, my mom is like, "You had me out here looking like
Looking stupid as hell.
like a crack whore that just drops her kids off." They were
You were
literally
looking
the only
you were looking
parents
like the
that weren't
mom in
there.
Moonlight.
Yeah, pretty much. They were the only parents that weren't there. I won the award. I gave the speech, and like no
Yep.
one was there. And
And their black parents. Oh my God, that's
I just didn't
crazy.
think, and it was a predominantly white school.
Oh my Lord. You was looking like the kid who gets picked up last after school.
No, I was picked up on time. It's just that I was just like, hey, so fifth grade is what, 10 years old? And so like
Yeah, yeah.
you again for the audience, you cannot the autonomy that 10-year-olds have today is not the autonomy that I had at 10 years old in
Right.
1998. This would have been.
Yeah, that's funny.
So I'm just like, hey, there's this thing at the school. I need you guys to drop me off. That's literally all
Hmm.
I knew. And I just, now I can, with the context, I'm like, yeah, I had them looking crazy.
Yeah,
Uh,
looking dumb as hell.
so that is something to this day. They'll still bring it up.
Damn,
Like, remember the
that's
time the
crazy.
teachers had to call me and tell me I'm a terrible parent because I didn't show up to the speech.
Big
I killed
moment.
the speech too. Um, so yeah, that's just something I had on the rundown to fill time.
That is funny. Whew. I got a few never lived down stories. So one, I'll start from youngest to like oldest, I guess. I think I was like three or four, and was a very like rambunctious child, and I just was like into everything. And my parents say that one day I was at my grandma's house and I found like some Windex or something like that, and somehow managed to spray it in my own face, like in my eyes.
Like the
And
kids
so
would
they,
set it off. Uh,
yes, so, so they were trying to hold me. They were trying to like wash it out of my eyes and all that, whatever. And they put me in the bathtub to clean my face off. And they said that I had the strength of like a grown man, and they could not restrain me from getting out the tub. And they said I was making hissing noises like a cat.
And this was back when household cleaners were actually toxic. Now they're
Yes,
all they
they're all
science has ruined that.
homogenized or
Yeah.
whatever.
This was
Yeah,
back when like you could actually die.
you could actually lose an eye. Like, yeah.
Spraying bleach in your face with Windex, I think you said it
Yeah,
was.
that's one story. What's another one? I think when I was like 8, I got a popcorn kernel stuck in my ear. I don't know, I just put it in there and I couldn't get it out. Pause. And so
Was the bus you got on for school shorter than the other ones?
I think there was like one other kid and a dog, and
The kid
I would just
drooled
do
all
like
day.
I
It's
would just
just
do.
me and the drooling kid in the one classroom.
He had the styrofoam helmet, so I
How
was
the
one of those
fuck
kids who
did you
just
get
did.
popcorn in your ear?
No, a kernel. It was like just a kernel. I don't know. I somehow just I don't know. The crazy part is, so I was like, say right after Christmas too. So I'm like, hey mom, dad, like I got something stuck in my ear. Like I can't get it out. They tried to get it out, it wouldn't get out, and they were like, all right, we're gonna take you to the emergency room. And my mom was like, I just got a new bike for Christmas, and my mom goes, if this copay is more than $50, we're taking your bike back. And so we go to the hospital, whatever. And my mom's like super embarrassed, and she's telling the nurse like, I don't even know how this happened. I'm so sorry, like whatever. And the nurse goes, this happens like once a week. Kids just do this for some reason. And luckily, I still got to keep my bike, so that was cool. But my mom definitely never let me forget that I had to drive to the hospital and look like an idiot. And then let's see, what was the big one that my parents do? Okay, so do you remember the slideshow for my 30th that my family
Yeah,
like
yeah,
made for
yeah.
me or whatever? Do you remember there was like the picture of like a bike and everybody just started laughing?
No, I don't remember the
It's okay if we did. So,
specifics. Yeah.
so there's a picture of a bike in the slideshow, and everyone started laughing. So the backstory behind that is, it's one year I was like maybe 7 or 8. I asked for a new bike for Christmas, and I'd been really good that year. So I was like, I know I'm getting a bike. You don't even have to. You can just tell me I'm getting a bike. Like you don't gotta hide it from me. Like I know I'm getting a bike for Christmas. And they were like, "Really? You sure?" And I was like, "Yeah. I got good grades. I haven't been in trouble. Like it's up. Whatever." And they're like, "All right." So Christmas Day comes and we open everybody's gifts, whatever, and my siblings get bikes, and I'm like, oh, happy for them, yeah, but like, where's mine at? And then they unwrap like the gift, and it's a bike, and I'm like super excited, whatever, jumping up and down. It's like it's gold, and I'm really excited, and everyone in my family is laughing at me, and I'm like, that's weird. And then like, look at the bike, Jordan, like really look at the bike, and then I realized they took my old bike and just spray painted it gold.
That's what you get for
Uh,
counting your chickens before they hatch.
Right, so they did that to Humpy, and they're like, "No, your real bike's outside." Um, so they never let that go, which is why that was in the slideshow for my 30th birthday.
Did you know Santa Claus was fake before you told your parents it was fake?
Uh, I'm not gonna hold you. I held out for that one for a long time.
I knew for
I
like
think I was,
I knew for a few years. I was just like, it doesn't
yeah,
make any physical sense.
to
But
not pretend.
no, they
Yeah,
say a lot of studies show that kids know before, but they can pick up that their parents enjoy it, and so they just play along.
right. Yeah, I
Um,
think,
you
yeah,
learn the reason pretty early, and it doesn't. But but as a kid, you're just kind of waiting on your parents to tell you. But like you don't know, you don't have the words for it, but you understand at
right,
some point, I'm just doing this because they enjoy it. But it doesn't make any
correct.
sense. How is
And
he
then
able
also
to teleport around the
go
world? And
everywhere.
yeah,
Yeah, and also like because I was the oldest, so even if I did know, I would have been an asshole to like say it. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So we always like me and me and the twins were a year apart. Then the baby, she's 6 years younger than us. So we even when we were of age where we knew, and our parents knew we knew, we would still pretend for her sake.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, for sure.
Did you see got a couple dumbass tweets.
Okay, yeah,
Did you
I've seen
see
a few
the
tweets too.
you have no business going out if you have less than $1,000
I did
tweet?
see that, and niggas just be lying. What the fuck are
Just
you talking
lying.
about?
Just lying. First of all,
Who needs a rent check to go out to buy
where are you
drinks?
going? I
Where the fuck are you going?
don't.
That's what I want to know. That's
I
what I
live
want to
in
know.
Raleigh,
Yeah.
North Carolina. Eight.
You can plan
Where are
four
you
days in a
going?
row out on $200 if you know what you're doing. So I don't
But
understand.
the thing is, like, okay, I'm sure this woman was like in her 30s or whatever.
Yeah.
And she did phrase it to say $1,000 to your name, which I
Yeah.
kind of understand. Like
Fair.
she did say 1,000 to spend. She said to your name, which I
That's right. Yeah, that's
100%
true.
understand. But man, my best clubbing days in my early to mid
Was
20s,
when we was broke.
my account would have $43 in it, and I was in there without a
Yep.
care in the world. So like
Yeah.
I I get what she's saying, but what's funny is
Right.
that it started because I guess some streamers, someone was on a boat and they didn't have $100.
That's right. Yeah.
And I
Uh-huh.
wholeheartedly agree. If you do not have $100 to your name, you got no
Don't be on
business
a
leaving your
boat.
house. Like you need to be making Netflix, watch some TV. It's okay. You don't spend your last $100 at a bar.
Well,
That's
I
insane.
feel you. I agree. Yes, that is true.
Like,
But with
that's
that
just
one,
insane.
so I'll shoot her some bail here because she was a girl on the boat, so I'm assuming she got invited on the boat.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I remember. I'm
I
speaking in
wouldn't invite a
general.
girl on the boat. No, I feel you.
Yeah.
With that I agree, but with this particular situation, I'm like I wouldn't invite a girl on the boat if I wasn't gonna like have her covered, you know.
No, I mean
Um
they looked
they
dusty,
look dusty. They did.
even just asking women to put in on food in
It
general,
looked
but
weird. It looked weird.
especially women that you brought on a boat in Miami. Like, what do you think this is? So it started with
Yeah.
that, which I was like, yeah, that makes sense. You have no business
Yeah.
spending your last $100 at a bar. Then we
Hmm.
got all the way in like 3 hours record time, we got to 1,000. And I'm like, okay, now this is just some Twitter shit. All right. Now
Yeah.
everybody's rich and
Right.
we all get bottle
Like
service every time we leave the house.
yeah.
And we have our
Hmm.
chauffeur brings our meals too. And
We all drive Teslas, right? Like
yes,
what are
like,
we talking about here? Come on, man.
dude, what the fuck? Okay, bottle service. I kind of understand that you can run it up a grand there, but
Yeah.
who are these people who do bottle service every time they leave the house? I don't like.
Celebrities, that's it.
I guess,
And
man. I don't.
influencers maybe. I don't know. No normal human being does that.
I have. I haven't done
Because
bottle service in so long.
why? First of all, it's a scam. Like, why would you scam yourself and be like publicize getting scammed? Like, if you got a section for like somebody's birthday or some shit, like,
Yeah.
cool, people do that. But if you just out on a Saturday in March, why do you need bottle service? I don't know. That's just me.
I'm in Raleigh, man. We're in Raleigh, man. Like
Right, we in Raleigh, bro. Like, it's
downtown
not that
Raleigh,
deep.
prime Saturday night, drinks are $15 at the most. How are you
At the
getting to
most.
$1,000? Like, are
Like,
you
how many
just
rounds are you
buying
buying for how
everyone's
many people?
tab? Like, I don't get it. How are
Yeah,
you getting there?
if you're with 10 people, I can see how that happens. Other than that, I don't understand it at
I
all.
mean, 10 people and y'all lit.
And if you spend $1,000 on a night out, you might have a drinking problem.
Yeah. I mean, you can't physically drink them. You would vomit. Like, you have to
Yeah.
just, are you, I mean, you
I
go,
mean, if you're buying expensive bottles, well,
I,
I guess how much is a bottle in the club? I don't know.
I,
Like,
shit, fuck if I know. It's been so long since
yeah.
I've been to a club. Last time I went to the club was our boy's
Yeah,
birthday last November. That
true.
shit's
Like if you're
eight
doing
months
bottle
ago.
service, you can spend a grand easy. Yeah. Oh, damn, you're right. Yeah, if you're doing bottle service, you can do $1,000 easy. But if you're just out, I don't I don't know what the hell you're doing blowing $1,000 in one night. Might need to evaluate your life decisions.
I got one more dumb tweet. So, some
Yeah.
baseball player got popped for gambling.
Hmm.
And someone says this every time some athlete gets popped for gambling, and it makes me like wonder if like are are we are the schools closed?
Hmm.
Because they were just like, I think it's weird that these guys get suspended for gambling when the league has sponsorship with gambling companies. And I'm like,
You're not supposed to gamble
you're
on your
not
sport.
supposed to gamble. Every job has rules that employees can do that non-employees like every job has rules that
Yeah.
employees can't do
Right.
that non-employees can do. And
Hmm.
like someone says like that's like working at Anheuser-Busch and be like, we sell alcohol. I can't get drunk at my
I
desk.
can't drink at
Like,
work.
like, no, like that, like you can't be this dumb.
Right.
Like, why do I have to explain to you how this? Like, yes, they sponsored gambling and they don't allow their employees to gamble, and that's totally fine. Like, that's
Right.
that's
It's
not any sort of double
It's
standard.
not the
That's
same thing.
normal workplace can do, and workplaces can do that. That's fine.
Correct. And by the way, it's like given the recent investigation we've seen of professional athletes, the ones that we find out that have been selling games and gambling and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you don't understand why they're doing that.
Yeah. It's just so it's hard to believe they even believe the things that they're typing because it's like you can't
Right.
be
That dumb.
serious. Like you don't understand why it's wrong to let you why they don't want their players gambling on games. Like I have to tell you why. Really?
Yeah, I don't. It's come on,
It
man.
seems self-evident to me. But
Yes.
you know,
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Did you see that tweet or that post about Ari Lennox and Martin and Gina? I mean, Martin
Y-
and Pam
yes, I did.
on Twitter.
She so first of all, I had to look up her age because I was about to be like, she's under 30. I don't want to discuss Martin with anybody under 30, but she's 34.
Right.
So
Yeah.
she's very she's of the age where you would have been. I mean, we all watched the show and we're her age. So
Yeah.
can't can't scratch her off for that one. I just
She's a
one
professional sad person.
that and it's important to note that Martin never cracked on Pam's skin tone
Her skin ever.
ever.
Not once.
Now they you could say that the dark skinned woman just so happened to be the butt of the jokes. That's awfully convenient.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. But it was the
But he also made fun of Gina's features.
he also made fun of Gina's features. He made fun of Tommy's lack of employment. He made fun of Cole for
He made
being
fun
an
of
idiot.
Cole for being stupid.
And the show was written to where Pam was the only one who could actually trade barbs with him in a way that was as
Correct.
effective. Like no one else could.
Yes. That was their thing.
And so, but furthermore, I try not to tell people how they should feel, but like the show went
Right.
off the air 30 years ago. You're what, how long do you get to whine
It's
about a
like
TV show from your childhood making you feel away? Like how long
yeah.
do we have to listen to this?
I
It
don't
was
know.
is a work of fiction.
But right. And by the way, Martin and Pam, I forget what's her real name? I don't want to say it's not Tisha
Regina,
Campbell. Regina
Tisha, something Palmer, Tachina Arnold, Tachina Arnold.
Tashina Arnold. Yeah,
Yeah,
Tashina Arnold.
yeah,
I was about to butcher her name. First of all, they've worked together in other projects, and she
yeah.
played
It
his
doesn't
mother
bother
in
her.
other projects. Like,
Doesn't seem to bother her at
and
all.
and by the way, Pam was a sex symbol
Yeah.
in Martin. Like, I don't we I don't we I mean, like the trope of like the dark skinned woman being undesirable is a real thing in Hollywood, and the colorism is a real thing in the community and a problem. Obviously, yes, but that I don't think that was necessarily what Martin was doing.
Pam stayed with a man on her. One of them was Martin's alternate characters, Jerome.
Hmm.
There was the Reverend, Tommy, Cole. Uh,
Yep.
she dated the rich guy when he took him to the Pistons games.
Hmm.
You
And
know,
I've a lot of
I just
fan
feel like
theories
she
say
saw
that
that
Martin
somewhere
and
and just kind of backfield what actually that's not.
probably
Anyways, what were you saying?
probably
Sorry for cutting you off.
sorry, no, you good. Like I've seen a lot of there's like a lot of fan speculation, and even I kind of thought to some degree that Martin might have even had a crush on Pam, and that was the reason behind some of the jokes. Like, so I mean,
Oh, I think that's a little too deep, but it just people. How long do we allow adults to cry about, something that happened? It ain't happened to them. It's a fucking TV show. If something happened,
yeah,
if she was bullied for being a dark-skinned woman in middle school or
yes,
whatever, I would still
right,
tell her, you've gone on to be a successful singer. It's time to where's the
and
where's the
you're
kid that bullied you in the schoolyard now? Like
right there, yeah,
I would still tell her that, but I would understand where she's coming from. A
correct,
piece of
yes,
fiction from your childhood, you
hmm
you you, you look crazy crying about that at your big
yeah.
age.
Friends doesn't make me feel insecure about being black, but
No, no, like it's fiction.
Yeah, and also it's the irony of like Ari Lennox is like you are a sex symbol.
Yeah.
Like people find you wildly desirable. I don't know.
And
Not,
only
I mean,
like
she's more
you
than
make
her
bad
body, but
music and you're still around quite because you are attractive. Like, you're not like you don't make good music. You think like sorry.
she did stop making good music. She did stop making good music. Shea Butter
Uh
Baby was amazing, but yeah, she did stop making good
I
music. I
mean
don't know what happened.
she's not
Sh-
that talented of a musician. She's just very pretty. Won't be the first,
Fair.
won't be the last. I mean, sorry, not the first, won't be the last.